Hey everyone, welcome back to Bronwood Georgia. In the last episode, we wrapped up harvesting both on our soybean fields. And that was a huge milestone for this map. Now with that all done, it's time to shift our focus to the next big job on the farm, and that's corn harvest. Today's goal is simple. We're going to get every piece of equipment cleaned up, serviced, and ready before the combines roll into corn. Well, I say combines as it's plural. We got one. We're here going to start by, washing everything up, make sure everything's clean. It just feels right and it makes the farm look a lot better. After that, we'll head over and swap out our soybean platform for the corn header. And we'll check over chains, inspect the gathering points, make sure everything folds correctly, and hook it up to the combine. We'll also top the diesel off, obviously, and we'll repair anything that's showing some wear and make sure the combine is ready to handle some long days in the field. Corn harvest can really put the machine to work, so it's worth spending a little money on maintenance, instead of breaking down halfway through the season. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get in the old pick-em-up truck and head on down to the shop here. We're just right down the road. More and more we have this truck, the more I like it. It's amazing how well it looks. So we're pulling up the farm here. You see we got everything over here. Like I said, we're gonna focus on the combine first. We're gonna go through it and grease everything. And I want to slow this old pig down so we don't run into the barn anymore. Brakes on this thing aren't that great, but anyway, let's get to work. Alright, so we got our International here. We're going to go ahead and warm it up. We definitely need to do that. And I added a new mod. You can see it's the cab cinematic. Kind of a little goofy on this thing, but I will say it does pretty good in tractors and stuff like that. So we're going to try to see more and more of that and do the realism. So let's get this bad boy turned on here. We're going to let it warm up. We don't want anything cool on it, damage it. And then we'll go out and do our inspection. Yeah, that's another thing with the cab cinematic. On this mod specifically, it even though it goes through the animation of getting you down, it puts you up top. So it's kind of one of those deals. Gonna go ahead and get all of this stuff off. When we power wash it. Oh, I gotta go to the other side to get that panel off. While we're here, let's go ahead and drop this bad boy down. You want to do preventative maintenance. You don't want to do, what's the other one? Reactive maintenance is what I call it. So, alright, let's go get the old power washer here. Get everything cleaned up and then we'll grease it. As soon as I get away, it speeds up. But get this thing all cleaned up. We got a lot of corn out there, so it's gonna be a minute, and it's gonna get really trashed again. So those two bean fields weren't too bad, but compared to how much corn we got out there, it's gonna get a lot dirty. There's that FPS drop again. Something going on there. Kind of chunky right there too. Alright, let's do an inspection. Alright, so we're doing the inspection here. Alright, everything is good. Alrighty, so... But we're going to go ahead and still blow the motor out and everything like that. Just because it says it's okay, don't mean some crap can't be blown out. Let's go to our tools here. We're going to blow some stuff out. See how our little dust out came out of there? That means it was somewhat building up. So it was, you know, everybody's like, you know, that 80s, you're like, oh man, it's always breaking down and everything. And it's, you know, it might just be a pain. It's just another thing I got to worry about. If you do normal stuff, like before you do anything, if you just go through and grease your stuff and blow it out, it's really not bad. You know, if you're just doing it because that's your normal maintenance routine, you won't break down as much. One thing I will say this that I am surprised is that we haven't had is I've got that tire puncture mod on, and I haven't lost a tire yet, so I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, so the combine's almost done. Checking the belts, everything like that. Everything looks good in there. Looks good. Let's go ahead and get anti-immersion off here. That one looks really good. And one more. Yep, there it is. And that looks pretty good. Well, hold on. Double clicked it. Alright, so covers are back on that. It's just not as easy as getting into them and starting them and going to the field anymore. Alrighty. Now let's get started up and get the header off. That thing's goofy. Alright, starting it back up here. Turn this on, make sure we're warm enough. Looks to be. I'm going to pull this over here because I got two conflicting mods right now, but just for the sanctity we're going to do this. Come over here to this, the grease and oil thing. Click on this, and we're going to replace the grease, and we're going to replace the oil. This is just greased up, so we're going to do that. I'm probably going to end up doing away with this because we got the ADS in there, but just because it's still in there, I want to do it. And we'll go ahead and repair brake bugs. This one don't need repaired, it's just... But this is what I don't like about it, is we just literally did the grease and oil on this thing, and it's already going to cost us 20 bucks. So that's going to probably do something later. Alrighty, let's close this up. Let's unhook a spin header and get the corn header on. And see, what's crazy about this is that's just what you do for one machine, and I kind of sped through it. So now you know why when you go out there, you know, farmers are out there in the morning, but sometimes depending on the crop, you don't see them out there early in the morning. Plus they got to let the dew get off the crop anyway. Okay, so there's... Alrighty, we got that figured out. That was kind of a... I don't know what was going on with it, but it did not want to attach. We'll just call it a gremlin. And that's why we do maintenance. So we're going to come over here and back up. Get the old corn header on. And then see if we can hook the hoses up to this. Alrighty, everything seems to be working okay. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So an 8-row corn head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8-row corn head. Let that run, checking everything. So this is good to go. Get this thing out to the field. Now, I did say we were going to go live for corn harvest, and we still are. So, but I am going to be, for this episode, we're going to probably crank out one of these smaller fields that we have up over here. Because most of the cornfields are pretty good size, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna at least get the party started and do a little bit of corn harvest. It ain't just gonna be like setting up for bean harvest and that be an episode. I enjoyed that for the realism, but I wanted to do it. I should have done a little bit of harvesting with it. And I do believe, yeah, we got should have a cornfield right here, and that one's probably a little big. So let's go across the way over here. There's some smaller ones. And we'll just start from the end and work this way towards the house. And it's weird, and it's another thing too, is just how weird the road system's laid out here. I've been to Georgia a couple times, but I'm not sure. I ain't been back in the big hill. I ain't been back in the backwoods of Georgia, and so I don't know if this is how it's all set up, but it keeps us from driving on the main highway. Yeah, there's a small one up here that's ours, so this is where we'll start at up here. Just get a little harvest done. And it's warmed up, and we'll go ahead and shut that off, and we'll go back to the farm and get the auger wagon and stuff good. Alright, so next up is getting the grain cart tractor ready, and we'll fuel it up, check the tires, make sure the auger is working like it should, and then we'll hook everything up, make sure it's all good, which it already is, but we'll go through it, and we'll get this over here. I don't think we're going to need the grain truck for this small field, but we're definitely going to look this thing over. It looks a little worse for wear, and yeah, so let's get this thing ready. We'll pull it on over here. Now here's one of the tractors, the door, because I don't have IC controls in this one, so I can't open the door, but you'll see this one has a better cab cinematic effort to it. So this is how it's supposed to look if the door was open. So I don't know, I just think that's cool. Turn this bad boy on. Let her warm up. She's actually already warmed up. And we will pull over here. We'll get her washed and go through it. Yeah, if the door opened, it'd make it so much cooler. But yeah, just to show you the leaps and bounds, if you ain't got cab cinematic, yeah, you should definitely get it. It's what I'm doing there. There we go. It's pretty cool. Just the mods we're finding here lately are amazing. Thing is pretty dirty. And like I said, everything that you do on a tractor that involves water, then you gotta grease it. So do it over here. Awesome. Let's put this thing up. I'll pull out our old blower. I'm gonna blow everything off. Get up in here. Blow out that intake. Yeah, I wish this tractor had IC. I'm gonna have to find some IC controlled tractors, see if there's more of them out there than the older stuff. That's gonna make or break. And then it doesn't help blowing some of this water off of it. I mean, and we'll while we're here, we'll go ahead and grease PTO. We're good. And while we're over here, we should grease that steering. Alrighty. So there's that. We should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and I want to run a vehicle check here, but we should be good. I hate having that HUD on if I can help it, but sometimes it just makes you do it. Okay, everything's good. Go figure. Oh, I need to do one thing. Because we did buy a fuel tank. I don't think I filled it, though. $8,000. Buy. So now we're down to $46,000. Alright, so with that being said, I didn't put fuel in the combine, so I'll have to put some on the truck and make sure we get that up. But we'll get in this bad boy here. Get her fired up and take her to the field. Or we got to put fuel in it, of course. Can't forget two machines. Put a little rub beside her. Yeah, that's Capsematic. That's just it's for the win. It really is. This tank is fuel. That was quick. Yep, fuel is full. Alright, so let's go outside here real quick, make sure our order is moving up and down as it should. She is. Back down. Alright, let's get over to the field and get some harvest done. Like I said, I don't think we'll need that truck, so we can leave it off on this episode of getting done and everything like that. And we'll meet you back over to the over at the field. Alright, so we're gonna do something we ain't done in a while, if it'll let us. I'm gonna get in here like so. Get in here on the field. I'm gonna hold H. Okay, so it is gonna let us do. I'm gonna do the steering assist. I ain't done that yet. I ain't done that since it first came out. So I'm gonna do it, see if I'm missing anything, or I don't know. Just see if it works, if I like it better. I can't remember what is it. There we go. It's H. Okay. I could have been so bad. I ain't been on there in a while, so that way it kind of follows it. Oh yeah, I love it. And we are corn harvesting. Look at the terrain over this thing too. That's nuts. How uneven that field is, going up and down. Got little divots in it. That's realism right there. Nice. next field over here. And pretty much squaring this thing off now. Got the headless done. This little patch here is only 4 acres, so it shouldn't take us forever. We're just not filling up. I don't know what the deal is. We're pretty low in the basket there. So as you can see here, we've got 73 bushel off of headlands, and this is the second pass. So we might be able to hold it all. Now you guys can kind of understand why I didn't bring the truck over here. It's kind of no point. But anyway, you know, I figure we'll just, you know, pitter patter and keep at her, and it's just corn harvest. Like I said, I'm kind of excited to go live on it on the bigger fields and everything. Don't know when that'll be, but we will definitely let you know. Just be on the lookout for it. It'll be a good time to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to let you know when we do go live for this cornfield. Anyway, so we're gonna keep after this little field here. As you can see, there's not too much here. It's only like the whole field was only 4 acres. First one we did was only 1.8. So we're gonna keep after it here and do some glamour shots, and we'll come back to you when we're finishing up. Alrighty, we are finishing up this field. As you can see, we got one more pass here. For success on here anyway. It's kind of nice to use the old-fashioned guidance controller, or whatever the hell they called that. It was kind of a throwback to it, I guess. I mean, they wouldn't be having that stuff in the 80s anyway, but it was still pretty nice to use them. And as you can see, we're at 66%. And I know I goofed a little bit on this episode because we are in the 80s and doing it right, so y'all can give me crap in the comments, and that's fine. I deserve it. But no, I just we're going through all the mods and stuff like that, and I was like, oh man, I forgot all about this one. It's not a mod, it was a base game. Let's see how well she still works and everything like that. So, but anyway, we won't be doing that from here on out. And but no, we're finishing it up, not too bad. 4 acres here. What we got in there? 200 bushel. We went ahead and we updated the unit converter mod. We updated row crop, because I guess I was really outdated. So we got that going for us. And we what else did we update? I don't know, me and Kansas went through some stuff. Oh, the realistic soil and fertilizer mod. So that's those are some that I'm really enjoying the mods. Like quality of life to me. I don't know, maybe we'll do a video one of these days of what all I use for mods, and you know, my graphic settings or anything like that. If anybody's curious, I'm not as great as, you know, old Farmer Sim. That dude's on a whole other planet. But when it comes to graphics and stuff, but we're trying here on this channel, and as we wrap this up here, I do want to say, you know, we appreciate every one of you watching here. We're going to go ahead and dump this in the cart, and man, just thanks for all the support you guys have been giving this channel. I've been watching the analytics here lately, and you guys are just knocking it out of the park. And with your guys' support, I know this channel will be at 300 before we know it. And I can't thank you guys enough. So be on the lookout for it live. Hit that notification so you know when we do. We got a lot of corn to see. Actually, I'll show you here real quick before we sign off here. We got, let's see here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more fields. The biggest one is 26.55 acres, and the smallest one, I do believe, is 325. So they're all pretty good size. But anyway, we got 7 more fields to do, and we're going to do it all on a live one of these days. But with that being said, Again, can't thank you all enough. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the live harvest of this 1980s equipment going through this corner like the boss. And the old International 1480 is going to eat it up, I can just tell. But anyway, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And I will see you all next time.